You are tuned to Kennett Zenith Cablevision. Thank you for watching. It's time for talk. Each evening at this time, Monday through Friday, Rosemary interviews local personalities and others who bring items of interest to this community. Time for Talk is a community betterment service designed to cooperate with our local community betterment program. Tonight, Rosemary takes us by means of portable camera out of our studios and maybe into your neighborhood. And now, it's time for Talk.
It's mid-June, and let me show you a man who worked till 1:30 in the morning as they're bringing in, and he's about to get run over right now with a pallet. We're back out at Frey Farms, and here is the man who is one of the owners of this business, and he works till 1:30 in the morning, and he's out here in this heat, and he's working. Do you have a life other than this?
This is pretty well it.
This is it? Where do you live?
I rented a house here in town, but I am from Illinois.
From Illinois.
Yeah.
So home is Illinois.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see it very often.
Well, once in a while I sneak away.
All right. Okay, now talk to me. This is the corn.
This
Is it in full swing?
Yep, we're in full swing in the sweet corn right now. We're probably 60 acres through. We've been harvesting on it for a little bit over a week now. This is a bicolored sweet corn. Hold on a second. And you can see.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're looking at. And we got a nice
bicolored sweet corn.
Bicolored sweet corn.
Okay. All right. And that is a beauty. Now
we had a little wind about a week ago, and there's two ways we pick this. One, by hand out picking it and throwing it on the trailers, and the second way is by mule train.
Okay.
We're actually.
So there is a mule train operating.
Yeah, there is a mule train out.
If we can find it, we're going to look at the mule train. But they bring it in.
We had a strong wind last week, and it blew over about 40 acres, and it's still a little hard to pick up, and so we've got an extra crew going in and picking it up, what's been blown over, and that's what this corn is here.
I stopped one of those young men a while ago, and I said, "Where's John?" And he didn't know who John was. He says, "This is my first day."
Yeah, good.
So those two fellas over there, is this their first day?
I assume so. Tommy, he's been running the shed here, and I'm sure he put them on.
Okay, now, what are they doing now? Describe.
They're packing in returnable plastic containers. They're putting 48 ears in a container, and they'll put 35 of those cases on a pallet, and then we'll take them over here into the hydro cooler room.
Oh, that's what. Now, this man has been very innovative in what he's doing about cooling corn. Tell me again about the starch and the sugar and whatever.
Well, we want to get it from the field to the shed in the crates as quickly as we can, so we can get it in our cold room and then through our chilled water, through our hydro cooler.
Okay, and that now is operating. We showed you some early pictures. Okay, so can we go look?
It's going to be cold and wet.
Well, I'm not going to get in it. I just want to see from the
Sure.
floor.
All right,
okay.
Come on.
All right. Hey, those watermelons you gave us were delicious. Have you got culls?
Yeah, I'll be right here. I'll give you a couple. Okay.
All right, I tell you what, there's a honking and backing up, and you have to watch your step. Look at that room, and there's some of your ingenuity in that invention in there. You're looking at an enterprising business that's going on here.
So what we're doing is we're putting them on the RPCs, the crates, or the wire-bound crates or bags. We got three ways we package it. In returnable plastic containers, these packages are what you're seeing right now. And then we bring them in and set them on top of this grated stainless steel deal, and we chill the water inside the hydro cooler and have it come overhead. It rains down. It sits there for about an hour and a half, and it chills that sweet corn from field temperature down to about 38 to 42 degrees.
Now, where is all of this going?
Walmart, Super Value.
Is all of it sold?
Wisconsin, Minnesota, Tennessee,
Really?
Indiana, Michigan.
So they're coming in, they're backing up with semis and loading this corn in?
I'll be glad to show you how that process is.
Okay.
We'll walk around over here.
What am I seeing out there?
All right, now that's a field truck. That's the mule train loaded that truck, and it's coming in packaged already. See, we've got it coming in packaged from the field already on the mule train.
Okay.
And then over there, that's where we're picking it by hand. It's on the ground.
Okay.
And then that's what it takes a little bit more time, and we don't want to slow the mule.
And they have to put that in the case in the bag.
Over here's our cantaloupes. That's what we're doing with cantaloupes. We're washing the cantaloupes. They're getting sized here, and then once they get sized, they get binned up right here, and then they travel down this way. They get staged right over here.
All right, now are all these containers then with
Those are cantaloupes.
Those are
getting ready to go into our cantaloupe cold room, which I'm going to show you right now.
All right, and then you have watermelons.
The watermelons get processed over in that corner, and then they get staged right here. And those are all bins of watermelons that you see right there.
Okay.
There's about maybe 15 trailer loads of...
And this water is going out to irrigate the fields out behind.
Once we get finished with our water, we take and discharge it through our irrigation. We recycle our water.
Okay, great. And where are we going now?
All right, we're going to walk right down here, okay? Once we stage the cantaloupes here and get kind of an inventory, and they get labeled with traceability labels, so that we can determine what fields they came from and what customers they go to and different things. We take them into the cold room right here, and this is one of our high-speed doors.
How fast is high speed?
It can go up to 96 miles an hour.
Really?
So, yep.
Okay, all right.
So let's go try it out.
Yeah, all right.
Well, it didn't work.
Okay. The two of us are not as big as a forklift. I'm kind of glad.
Actually, that's a good thing, because what happens is when we're loading trucks and once we have trucks going straight by, we don't want it to open. So we have to have it's censored so that at a certain direction, when forklifts travel in a certain path, then it opens.
Then it opens.
Because if we're just coming straight through to load a truck, we don't want it opening all the time.
Now, this is not going into the same room where the water was. All right. Now, what's this guy doing?
He's loading 110 count cantaloupes, and we put these in here last night. They got cold, and we're shipping them on this truck over here. So he's loading the big truck, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, now
the temperature in here it fluctuates between 39 and 41 degrees.
Okay. Now I see 110 on each, or 160.
Like a jump.
Okay, so 110 or 160.
Cantaloupe.
Okay.
160 count would be a smaller cantaloupe.
Now, does somebody in another office...
There's 90 down there.
Oh, so those are larger cantaloupes.
Those are the larger.
Okay, so you've got them all sizes. Yeah. And so it seems to me to be a massive job to keep track of what's going where. It blows my mind to think of this.
A lot of people.
A lot. Okay.
A lot of people, and people in sales, people in purchasing, or purchase orders, and clerks that cut transportation POs, transportation directors. You know, from the forklift driver all the way up to the.
Can you follow him as he takes that in a truck?
We'll walk right over here.
Come on. Get the idea how many people are working out here.
Couple hundred, 250.
Okay.
We're picking watermelons.
I see.
Sweet corn.
Yeah.
We got three commodities we're bringing in out of the field. There's 30, 40, 50 man crews. And then we got in the warehouse, we got the cantaloupe line, which is about 20 to 30 people on that line just to keep it rolling. And then we got 6, 7 men in the corn, running the corn, unloading the trucks, reloading the trucks with crates, running trucks to the field.
So no telling.
Watermelons.
2 to 250 at least. working
Yeah.
with this. Okay, boy, it's cold in here. Yes. All right.
You want to go? This is the corn room.
Okay. Let's see the corn.
Well, here's the ice. These are bags of ice that we get from a local supplier here in town. And what we do is right before we ship these pallets out, we put ice on those crates.
Oh.
So that what happens is once that crate gets loaded on that truck, we need to keep the husks wet. So that ice will melt in transit, creating a little mini micro rainfall on that pallet, and keeping a steady constant flow of water going over
some
that.
of them are going to Wisconsin. You said.
Right, and it might take 2 days to get to the receiver, and there's so much circulation in the reefer trailer, it could dry the husk out, dry out your corn, and cause your corn to dent.
All right, now I see some in bins, and then some here.
We've got customers that prefer it in bags. We got customers that prefer it in wire-bound crates, and we got customers that prefer it in RPCs.
What she's doing?
As you can see, she's putting labels on the cases, and it's for traceability, so that we know where that case come from, or what field it came from, what day it was packed on.
Okay, so she's not putting the final destination on there.
No, she's just putting a pallet tag.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And you can see we can still, we're getting pretty full in here, but
Woo! Yes. How many acres of corn are you?
Close to 500.
500.
But we're steadily going through 10 to 15 acres a day.
Okay.
So we'll be.
And it's done well this year?
Other than the first corn that blew over, and we probably cut our yield in half on it. We got that wind a little earlier, but
the dryness hasn't hurt.
We continue to run our pivots and keep it irrigated.
Okay.
But the stuff coming up we're getting ready to go into looks really good.
Oh, it does?
Yep.
So the best is yet to come.
Yeah. But this is still excellent corn. I mean, it's grading out extra fancy,
Now, what's the difference in what you're calling extra fancy?
Well, there are different grades to sweet corn, and a grade of a sweet corn is a lot's determined with if the ear's actually filled all the way out, okay, and if it's filled all the way out and it's not denting, okay. So if it ages and gets too old and it stays on the stalk too long, it'll start to mature and it'll start denting. You'll see little creases in the kernels. So when you're looking for good sweet corn, you don't want to see those creases. So an extra fancy pack would be a corn that's not dented and is fulled out completely to the end, and is at least makes a minimum of 6 inches in length and an inch and 7/8 in diameter on the barrel side.
Now, where did you learn all of this?
Farming. Growing up. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes. Well, in the morning we'll have that water chilled already, and so the corn that we put on that hydro cooler, it would only take an hour for the loads that we bring in early in the morning. But as we use up that coolness that we've created in that water through the day, it might take, at noontime it might take an hour and 15 minutes, but then in the evening, if we're still running corn, it might take an hour and a half.
And what were you doing till 1:30 last night?
Rearranging and organizing all the cantaloupes in the cantaloupe room.
All of these people weren't here working till that
A few of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, all right. This is some job. Let me tell you, there are 3 brothers working on this.
Well, there's 4 and a brother-in-law, so there's 5 of us right now.
And a sister somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Our cantaloupe flume, our cantaloupes are moved into our cantaloupe flume, and then they're raised through this lift, dumped on this cross conveyor that's going into our washer. Now, that stainless steel washer is right there, and once they go through there and they get washed and they're taken off.
They're able to be
right, and then they get graded. So these people are looking for quality, on the other side are looking for quality, making sure they're the right quality that we need for our customers. And then they come down this sizer. Now the large ones, they get kicked off on the other end. The medium ones.
And I see these little ones right here that probably are just thrown away, or they?
No. Sometimes we carton them. If we get long on them, we give them to food banks and.
Good, great.
Yeah.
Great. When we were here before, you were putting up this insulation. You said it was going to be cold in there, and it really is. I never thought it'd do that in this big, huge building. Have you been pleased with the?
Absolutely, yeah. It's keeping a nice working environment here for the people that are packing on the lines, and of course the cold rooms are staying really cold. They're not pulling a lot of energy out with the
and
insulation
how many
that we
of
put in
these places do you have operating right at this moment?
We've got one in Poseyville, Indiana, and they're getting ready to start up there. So we'll be running both this one and that one at the same time.
Okay.
And no, that's what a big family's for.
Oh, these 1:30 nights of staying out here and shuffling through cantaloupes and
you know, once we get things ironed out and streamlined, I'm sure we'll be getting out here around 9, 10.
And you can, by 9 or 10 at night. All right, great.
Well,
all right, you've been talking with John Frey. He's one of the family owners of this place, and he works till 1:30 in the morning. So if you think just because you own the place, that doesn't mean you don't have to work.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed your program, and thank you for